Hey everybody, how you doing? Well, that's good. You're listening to PHLY Flyers Postgame. My name is Bill Matz. I'm your director of fun and games for the evening. Yes, everybody, I see your comments. I did not get caught up doing whippets in the parking lot. I fucking wish. I gotta tell you, of all the things that are the worst about opposing fans coming into our stadium, the absolute worst is the traffic getting out, because there was not 20,000 people in the Wells Fargo Center tonight. It was a sparsely attended game, especially considering it was Flyers Penguins, and the Flyers just beat them on Saturday. But a large majority, or not majority, a larger percentage than you'd like of those fans were Pittsburgh fans, and I blame them entirely for tonight's late start for postgame, so I'm sorry about that. So let us all reset. This is why I get here so early for shows typically, because if I have to sit in traffic and then do the show, it's just going to be me fucking mad for an hour. So, woo! All right, now I am in the mood. Of course, that victory woo. It's, well, let's just say it's brought to you by AG1 for right now, right? AG1 is our newest partner, and they are the daily foundation nutrition supplement that supports whole body health. I drink it literally every day. I gave AG1 a try because, as I've told you plenty of times before, my life pre-PHLY was routineless. My schedule was different every day. But now that I've got some normalcy back, I want to try to get a little healthier, and AG1 is a tremendous way to kick off my morning routine. I drink AG1 every morning to start my day, and it makes me feel like I'm doing something good for my body because I'm giving my body the nutrition it craves and just starting off on the right foot. One scoop of AG1 for me in some water while I'm getting my dog's breakfast and medicine together before I've even taken a shower. I think I've already accomplished something, and that sets me up to keep going throughout my day. If a comprehensive solution is what you need from your supplement routine, then try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your first purchase. Go to ag1.com/flyers. That's drinkag1.com/flyers to check it out. All right, now we can get into it. That was a really fun game. I thought, even despite far less scoring, I thought way more eventful than the Saturday game. I was really impressed by a few Flyers, and we will just start it off with number 79, Carter Hart. I thought he was tremendous tonight, made some big saves in some, 1-on-0 situations, odd man situations. He made some clutch saves in this game. I know we just talked to you last show, and I'll bring this up to Charlie when he joins us. Talked last show about how I want to see some more Samuel Ersson, and absolutely I do. He's been really good for them lately, and just from an entertainment standpoint, he is a more of the athletic type goalie than the technically sound goaltender that Carter Hart is. But I just thought Hart was great tonight. Came up with some big saves. Couple down near the goal line on those long tip plays that Pittsburgh likes to run. A few odd man saves. Was very happy with what I saw out of the one and only Carter Hart. So he holds, I suppose, that number one job down. Maybe this is what Hart has always needed, is a little competition. For so long they have made a point to kind of, okay, Carter Hart is the guy, and the backup is, aging Brian Elliott. It's Felix Sandstrom, who nobody has any confidence in whatsoever. And now it's finally, all right, we believe in Samuel Ersson, and Carter Hart's still the number one. But maybe he's going to work his way in and work his way into a few more starts, earn some more time that goalies previously didn't have a chance to earn. And if that competition fuels Hart, that's just good for everyone, right? Whether it increases his value or makes you want to keep him a little bit more, whatever it is, I can get down with maybe a little bit of a goalie competition. How about you, JP? I'm digging it. I think this could be a lot of fun for Flyers fans. Just a little extra wrinkle in this rebuild that maybe we weren't prepared for as we move into December and the new year. What do you think?
I always say that it doesn't matter what sport it is, competition always brings the best out of any player. So I'm all for it. And obviously, I think Charlie brought up a good point during the last post game show. You don't know what the future is of Carter Hart. And obviously, the Flyers are building this pipeline of goaltenders. So, I mean, bring it on. And I love it as well. And you love Sam Ersson. You've been mentioning your love for Sam Ersson. I like it as well. Obviously, you need some more playing time, but it's not a bad problem to have.
No, you can never. A lot of times you hear in the NFL, like, oh, if you have two quarterbacks, you don't have one. Well, the beautiful thing about hockey is it's not a 16, 17 game season. It's 82, and you can never have enough goalies. I know we reference it all the time, but goddamn, man, we went through a season with 8 not that long ago. So if the goalie depth is something that's going to be a strength of this organization, which it looks like it could be in a few years, that works for everybody. Another dude who really stood out tonight. How can you not be excited about what we're seeing out of Tyson Foerster right now? Another goal. That's goals in 3 straight. 3 goals or 4 goals in his last 3 games. We're getting the guy we were promised. It took a little longer than expected, but Tyson Foerster has been phenomenal for this team. And speaking of phenomenal, it is time now to bring in Philadelphia's #1 hockey beat reporter, Charlie O'Connor. Charlie, I started this show off singing the praises of Carter Hart. I thought this was maybe his best game of the season. What did you think of Hart tonight? I do not have Charlie's sound. Could it be? What do we think here, JP? Okay. While we're working on Charlie, I will continue to talk about Tyson Foerster. A lot of us coming into this season, he was kind of the one we knew was going to make it. Bobby Brink, a nice surprise. Igor Zamula, it's like, yeah, he's going to make it because he's not waiver exempt anymore. We'll see what kind of a chance he actually gets. And we're seeing it looks like maybe he's a rotational third pair kind of guy. Foerster was the one with the most upside in terms of dudes we haven't seen a lot of. We did get the small taste of him last year, but now he's up, and we've seen different elements of his game outside of just the scoring. They keep putting him up there with Couturier on that top line. The coach loves the details of his game. End of the day, though, he was a first-round pick because he can straight up beat a goalie with his shot. And that is what we're seeing out of Tyson Foerster right now. And that is freaking exciting. What else is exciting? Well, it's JP giving me the thumbs up, telling me Charlie O'Connor is ready to go. Mr. Chuck, do we have you? I still do not hear Charlie. All right, we are gonna get this sorted. Is it? I think I heard the intro on the TV, so I don't think it's my volume. We will get this sorted out. Another player who really stood out to me tonight, although he was unable to score a goal despite a couple of breakaways, a few chances, and my betting on him to score, Travis Konechny, 2 assists tonight. Unfortunately, I didn't have him to record a point, just to score a goal. That's my bad. That's a mistake on me. Anyone who followed, sorry. But he did have 2 breakaways. If you're gonna give out a bet that doesn't win, a guy to score a goal and he has 2 1-on-0s, like, I don't know, man. I feel like that isn't really on me. It's more of a TK problem than a Bill problem. What else can I do there? Listen, while we're trying to get this Charlie issue sorted out, it looks like he's back. Charlie this time, maybe? Down, thumbs down. We're getting the thumbs down from Charlie, so it doesn't look like that's happening right now. I've lost the ad copy I'm supposed to read, so I have to bring it up. I'm sorry about this, fam. Crazy night. Something I learned tonight. I can't just go to the game and then be like, oh, this is all going to work out fine. But you You can go to a Flyers game whenever your little heart's desire. And when you do that, you should go with Game Time. Buying tickets to your favorite event shouldn't be stressful. Game Time is the fast and easy way to buy tickets for all the sports, music, comedy, and theater near you. With killer deals on last-minute tickets and their best price guarantee, you can stop stressing over the tickets and start getting hyped for the fun you'll have. Game Time is the place for last-minute ticket deals. Forget planning months in advance. Game Time has deals on tickets right up to the day of the event. Get exclusive flash deals on tickets for football, basketball, baseball, concerts, comedy, theater, and more. And the game. All right, welcome back, PHLY fam. Sorry about these technical difficulties. It's always something. Yes, it wouldn't be the post game without sound issues. I understand that this is probably frustrating for everyone out there watching along, especially live, listening on the pod later. I'm sure we'll get it edited down, but it's frustrating for us as well. I really want to talk to Charlie about this game. Our system froze. Who's to say what the issues are? You know, it's technology, but I did want to talk a bit more about just this Flyers Penguins rivalry, and I really hope this goddamn thing can get reignited soon, because being at the game tonight, it was two fan bases that were clearly excited for the game, and it's like, okay, it's a rivalry game, decent number of both fans here. You know, Pittsburgh was well represented, obviously plenty of Flyers fans, although, again, this game was certainly not sold out. There was I didn't see much back and forth between either fan base. You know, I didn't hear a ton of boos when Crosby touched the puck. I didn't hear a ton of like Crosby sucks chants, and I didn't hear a ton of Penguins fans trying to make, outside of the goal that they scored, didn't notice a ton of Penguins fans trying to make their presence known as if they had taken over the stadium, the way Rangers fans kind of relished in the fact that they had taken over the Wells Fargo Center last year. And I got to tell you, it's kind of a bummer to see where this rivalry is. I did have one person at least reach out to me after the last show when I asked Charlie about the rivalry, and they were like, "Listen, it's it's two teams that are rebuilding, or at least two teams that need to rebuild, even though only one knows it." I will say, yes, obviously this is the twilight of the Penguins and their the Crosby, Malkin, Letang era. It's weird to like throw Letang in there. Even like, I guess you got to throw Malkin in, but like, yeah, Letang, you know, he's been there the whole time and he's been great. But we're talking about Sidney Crosby, literally one of the best ever, and Evgeny Malkin, a legit superstar MVP of the league. And it's like weird, like you got to include Letang, but he doesn't really fit. Well, anyway, I just kind of want to see this thing get back to where it was, but I can't blame the Penguins in these latter years of Crosby's run with them. You know, it's been, Jesus, it's almost 18, 19 years. He's 36 years old. You know, Sid the Kid is 36. I can't blame them for still going, as long as we have these guys, and Crosby especially, we have to try to be relevant. You know, we have to at least make it look like we're trying to make the playoffs. Missing the playoffs with Crosby is unacceptable, although they did last year. Like, I get why they're doing dumb shit, like getting Erik Karlsson, even though they're not cup contenders, I guess is what I'm saying. All right, now let's give it a shot. Let's throw it to Philadelphia's #1 hockey beat reporter, Charlie O'Connor. What's up, Chuck? I do not have Charlie. Our volume is all the way up on this TV. Just give me something here, Charlie. 1, 2. Yep. No audio from Charlie yet. Sorted out. What do you think, JP? All right. I don't have a ton else, so let me... God damn it, I closed the freaking thing again. I'm sorry about this show today. Quite honestly, it's not good. Anyone who's joined us, anyone who's joined us for this time, I very much appreciate your patronage. I appreciate your time. We've done better, and so while I have you though, I want to talk to all the card collectors out there. That's right, calling all card collectors. Wheelhouse is our go-to sports card gift and apparel shop in the Delaware Valley. Their motto is cards and community because love of sports unites us all. They carry all your favorite card brands like Topps Chrome Baseball and Mosaic Football, as well as t-shirts, hats, and hoodies from brands like Mitchell & Ness, 47 brand, Junk Food, Starter, and Shibe Vintage Sports. And if you're in the market to maybe grade your own sports card collection, Wheelhouse offers PSA grading submissions. They also host tons of different family-friendly events and birthday parties every month. Stop into either of their stores in Wayne or Westchester, open 7 days per week at 11 a.m., and use code PHLY to get $10 off any purchase of $25 or more in the store. That's right, an in-store discount in either of their Wayne or Westchester locations with promo code PHLY. Also, be sure to give them a follow on Instagram at Wheelhouse Cards. I gotta tell you, this was my first game attending in person of the season, and I've done a bunch of tours of all the renovated stuff at Wells Fargo Center over the last few years. I know like what has gone on there and what's gone into it, but I was with some out-of-town friends who don't get a chance to go to Wells Fargo Center all that often. I have some friends from LA a couple of people who hadn't been to a game yet this season, friends of ours, and they are fucking loving the new and improved Wells Fargo Center. Like, as someone who's maybe a little jaded to it because I get to do the tours of it, and when I go, I'm like, all right, I can just get a press pass when I go. Like, having tickets and stuff, it's a different experience, and an experience I don't always go through all the time. But I loved getting to go there tonight, ordering food, having it brought to you on the little touch screen, stuff like that. We were on the club level, which was very nice. But it looks like all over the arena is the best it's been in a long, long time. So I highly recommend the in-game experience. And they're not paying me to say this. Like, I'm kind of just vamping to find out if we get Charlie on or not, or if I'm just going to have to do the last ad read and wrap things up. But I do want to shout out everyone in the Flyers organization who has participated in improving the in-game experience lately, because I had a really good time down at the Wells Fargo Center. And more importantly, like, you know, who cares? Bill's a Flyers fan. He's there to watch the game. My friends who maybe are more casual fans, friends who don't get to go to Wells Fargo Center all the time, they really enjoyed it too. So take that for what it's worth. Had nice strong pours at the bar. Everyone appreciated that. We all know that drinks at the arena, not exactly the most affordable, but they're giving you a pretty strong pour. So at least you get your money's worth there. But the whole thing was a lot of fun. I really appreciated it. And just getting back into this game a little bit, you know, the other day I asked Charlie, like, if he could grade Sean Couturier. And, like, if what we saw, like, there's 3 years where I think he finished second, sixth, and first in Selke voting, and he was around the point a game in those 3 seasons. Like, if that's A+ Sean Couturier, where would you put Coots now? And he said, I think I'd give him a solid B, maybe a B+. And I basically agreed that what we've seen out of Coots thus far is good, but certainly not the high standard we saw him at over the last few years, when he has just really become one of the better two-way players in the game. The game-winning sequence tonight, though, to win the face-off in the defensive zone, break out, break up, and then end up with the game-winning goal, that was really, really freaking special. And just to see who he did it against, you know, it was... I'm so happy Sean Couturier is part of this thing still, and it looks like if they can get it together sooner than later, you know, this rebuild probably still going to take a little while, but if they can get it together sooner than later and he can be a part of this thing, you know, like this is something I've talked about. He's been around since 2011. If he can be a part of the next great team, that would be awesome. All right, let's give it another shot with Charlie O'Connor. Chuck, do you have me? Hello. I have no sound for Charlie on what is attempt like 4 or 5 here. It's getting to be do you have to go soon, Charlie? Like, are they going to kick you out of the press box? All right. This show's just kind of a shit show. I'll take a ton of the blame for this because I went to the game tonight and then got caught in traffic. I will pass along the blame to many, many Penguins fans who were in attendance, and I believe were mucking up the works around the entire Wells Fargo Center because it's never taken me that long to get out of there. It was like leaving an Eagles game tonight. So, me going to the game and thinking I could just come straight and do the post game, I'll take the blame there. The other part of the blame, this is not on Charlie. This is not on JP. It's on the technology gods. They're assholes. And clearly gnomes have chewed through all the wires in the entire building, maybe? I'm not exactly positive about what's going on right now. But listen, we're only a few months into this thing. That's all I guess I can tell you is for the PHLY fam out there, we were bound to have a night where nothing works. So I feel bad for JP because he's like working behind the scenes feverishly to get this to work. And I feel like it's just a system issue. And sometimes the computer goes, not tonight, fam, and what else can you do? So thanks everyone who's bearing with us through all of this. And while I'm just trying to buy some time here, listen, I'm trying to buy some time, but what you need to buy is team apparel. Listen, get on the Flyers bandwagon while you can. Room is running out on the bandwagon, and the only place that I'm going to get any team apparel from, it's our friends at FOCO, because FOCO has the absolute best officially licensed gear for all sports and fandoms. Whether you're looking for team apparel for the season ahead, they've got overalls, hoodies, hats, sunglasses, bags, or anything you need for game day. And even if you're in the market for some of them accessories, toys, or collectibles for your Man Cave, She Shed, or podcast set, you've got to use FOCO for all your team gear needs. FOCO always has our back for Philly sports, and they have yours too. Get the best gear around by using the link in the description of this show. And for all non-presale items, use the promo code PHLY10. That's PHLY10 for 10% off at FOCO. They have those reversible hoodies. I'm hoping to have one in my possession for some of the late night post games we have coming up over the next few days, week or so, and then the Disney on Ice road trip as well, when we're going to have some late night post games. I want that reversible hoodie. I'm putting in the request with our money guy, the big boss man, and hopefully I have one to display to all of you how great those reversible hoodies are. I will say I was a little disappointed. Now, I'm in a little bit of a different clientele with where I was sitting. Like I said, it was the club area tonight, which revamped sick. It's just like an open area, open concourse bar, and then the club seats are just below that. It's really cool. Different imagining of that club area. But was a little disappointed. Didn't get any comments on the Syracuse Bulldogs jersey tonight. I did see 2 dudes in Charleston Chiefs jerseys, like halfway across the stadium, that I was basically going to try to run down and get a photo with, but they were too fast for me. But no comments on the Slapshot jersey. Was kind of bummed about that. Like, I wear this so someone points out, like, Ogie. Yeah, was a little bummed, JP, that just nobody pointed it out. But
nobody noticed that, huh?
It is what it is. I guess you can't just wear 70s movie references and be like, someone should get this. Like, I could just update my references. Like, if I was wearing a Fulton Reeve jersey, I'm sure someone would have. Yeah, like someone could have figured that one out. Even Mystery Alaska. I don't know. Mystery Alaska is pretty niche at this point. It was really cool for like a couple of weeks, and then only hockey fans know about it now.
Yeah.
But, like, it was decent. It was Mystery this offseason, I'm very, very much looking forward to doing like like hockey movie and sports movie rankings with Charlie because me and him like a lot of the same sports movies, and he brought one up the other day. I was like, oh, wow, that's like up near the top for you. So that'll be a lot of fun, but that's like months from now.
I think hockey has the best movies out of all the sports. I think they have the best movies, in all honesty.
I think baseball lends itself to the best movies because baseball is the metaphor for life. Like you wait and wait for like big events to happen, and in the middle the entire game occurs, and like that's baseball, that's life. But hockey, I mean, like Slapshot is just a great fucking movie. Like Reggie Dunlop, Paul Newman in that movie, one of the great characters of all time. And I mean the Hansons, just dear God. But I love Mystery Alaska too. Obviously every kid grows up with the Mighty Ducks.
Oh yeah.
How do you feel about Miracle?
Miracle, it's funny. That was my 10-year-old birthday party.
Oh my God. I saw Rush Hour, I think, when I turned 10.
I was like, Dad, I want to take me and my buddies to the movies, and we're going to watch Miracle. I've been waiting for this movie, and that's one of my favorite ones. Yeah, that's up there, man.
If a Charlie streams from the arena, it doesn't make a sound. I love seeing the people who are still, a Doug Glatt jersey. Like the Goon movies are excellent. They're they're recent and they're a little over the top in terms of like the fighting violence. The Goon movies are excellent though. So maybe a Doug Glatt jersey, nice number 69 is in the is in the works. Anyone out there who's watching Shoresy, it's great. Season 2 of Shoresy starts off a little, I mean, it's only 6 episodes, like starts off a little slow, like the first hour. But episodes 4, 5, and 6 are phenomenal. And those Sudbury Blueberry Bulldogs jerseys are pretty cool. So I might have to grab one of them, honestly.
CMZ, we really want to thank you real quick here. This show is still good. We appreciate that, even through the technical difficulties.
I appreciate it, bro. I don't feel like I'm doing a very good job right now.
You're killing it, man.
But like, we're just trying to get this figured out. And like, I've got all my ad reads in, so now I'm just trying to make it feel like we're doing an actual show, but I'm just talking about hockey movies. Listen, it's cool to beat the Penguins,
dude. We beat the Penguins.
Beating the Penguins and doing it in overtime. Well, shootout the other night. Now overtime tonight. I was just saying, like the Sean Couturier complete, like the game-winning play, winning the defensive zone face-off, going the length of the ice, and then putting in the goal. That's great shit, man. Like, if he can be this level of guy, he doesn't have to be A+ Couturier from the couple of years before he was injured. If he can just be this dude, they're good. Like, at least, okay, second line center, check. Like, you're good. You don't have to go and find that guy now because you have him. And he gives you some of the best defense in the league and still score a little bit. Like, they're pretty well set, at least in a few spots. It's still going to take a while, but man, I'm so excited about what Couturier could be for this team in just a couple of years if he's able to keep up this level of play.
Speaking of the rivalry, I would love to just go to like the Penguins fans and ask what they generally feel about Couturier. Obviously, like you talk to us about Crosby or Malkin, like we have some disdain words there, but I'm curious how they feel about Coots.
I wonder if it's because like they've won a couple of cups since 2012. He's been that regular foil for Malkin, and it was like you had the Richards and Crosby feud, and then that carries over into Giroux and Crosby.
Yeah.
And Couturier's just kind of been the other guy that's matched up with Malkin so much, but he has kind of been that. I wonder if it's the way I feel about all the Penguins guys now, where I'm just like, it's begrudging respect. Like, I'll still yell Crosby sucks when I'm at the game, but I'm well aware it's not true. Like, I wonder if they hate Couturier, if they just don't care. Like, that's a really good question. It's something I would like to know. Maybe we can get, next time they're in town, like, maybe Charlie can go over to the other side, ask a few questions about,
right?
Like, hey, Evgeny, you've been lining up against Sean Couturier since he was 19 years old. Like, do you have any sort of like feeling about it? But some Penguins fans just like, where does he rank in terms of like your enemies on the Flyers? You know, so, it's a good question. It's a good question.
Jimmy Walsh has got a good idea here for a T-shirt, and this is great. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now? Actually, it would be a really good shirt. That goddamn traitor. But that's a pretty funny one. I think it was closer to 945. Yeah, the whole thing was Coots might be a better Krejci if the cap goes up enough. That's a good point. We just saw what the Bruins were able to do with, like, our Bergeron and Krejci, what they were. No, but having those two guys and like no other centers, they did just have the greatest regular season of all time a year ago. So I think that's a pretty good comparison. I've been thinking like a basically Jordan Staal kind of guy who at this age, it's like, can you count on him for 22 shutdown minutes? No. But is he a really good role player? Absolutely. So I think we can count on him for that. Yeah, Goon is. I do love Goon. I might watch Goon tonight. Tonight was a fun game down at Wells Fargo Center. That's what I'll say about this one. It was fun to see these two teams go at it a little bit. There's just not the same level of passion. Like, they're not trying to fight after every stoppage anymore. And like the Penguins are old. Right. Like, you know what Crosby doesn't want to do? Waste any energy. Because he's still counted on to be their guy, even though he's 36. Like, you know what he's not going to do? Get in a fight. Because that's dumb. He did fight a little bit last year. I think he had a preseason fight this year. But like, he's not trying to waste any extra energy like he's a kid anymore. So I get it from that perspective. But I would like to see a little bit more passion in this thing. And we're just going to wrap it up here for tonight. I'm sorry, fam. This was not our best show. Out of my control. But guess what? We're going to be back at like 10 a.m. tomorrow. So tune in for Charlie and I live from right here in this studio at 10 a.m. And if you want to maybe hang out with us in person, you can do that on December 14th for the Flyers takeover at the Wells Fargo Center. Check our socials for links for that. It's going to be a really good time. You get an all-inclusive ticket that includes food and drink up and through the second intermission. There's a pregame meet and greet with me and Charlie, so that's going to be a great time. Make sure you get in on the PHLY Flyers takeover. It's our first one. We want to do it with a bang, but that'll do it for me. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for hanging out. If you haven't already, follow us everywhere. Twitter. I think we're on Facebook. I'm not positive, but probably, right? TikTok, I would guess. I don't know. But wherever there are podcasts, follow us there. And what else? Oh, right here on YouTube. Never miss a live show because you're missing A+ content like we're putting out tonight. All right, my name is Bill Matz. For JP, for Charlie, have a great night, Philly.
We all silly like